Hey guys, so this is another episode of interviews with my dad. A lot of you seem to enjoy the past episodes that I have done with my dad here on my YouTube channel. Now, a lot of you have requests that my dad plays his guitar for future videos. That is in the works. My dad has agreed to be on camera and we're going to record him playing the guitar for a future video in the future. Now, a lot of you have also requested that we get a microphone for my dad when he does these future videos. We have looked at many different options on Amazon, and I saw one that is very affordable, and we will be getting a microphone in the near future for these interviews that I do with my dad. So, on to the video. I hope you guys enjoy. What did you do for fun when you were living in Massachusetts as a kid?
Fishing, swimming, bike riding, played sports, hunting, a little hunting,
Ooh, hunting.
a little bit. Small game, big game too, but I never got one. Deer, I never got a deer, ever. My friend did. Uh, go fishing all the time, there's water everywhere. Both salt water and fresh water. Went fishing a lot with my father almost every weekend in the summer. What else? Um, going to dances, they had record hops, and stuff like that. And they had a place called the Canoe Club. We used to go every Friday night. It was a kid dance on Friday nights, like a teenager dance, right? They had local DJs come in and play music, and they'd have in the middle of the thing about like 9 o'clock, they'd have a star come in. I saw a guy who did, I can't even remember his name now, My True Love, Jack Scott. I saw Jack Scott over there.
Cool.
I played over there on the stage when I was with my band, when I had my electric guitar.
Did you play any other instruments besides the electric guitar?
Tenor guitar. I played the tenor. Well, I played acoustical guitar. Electric guitar is the same as any other guitar, except it's electric. The fingering is the same.
That's cool. That's cool. You were a well-versed person back in the day. Did a lot of cool things. What are your thoughts on What did you do for fun when you were living in Massachusetts as a kid?
Fishing, swimming, bike riding, played sports, hunting, a little hunting,
Ooh, hunting.
a little bit. Small game, big game too, but I never got one. Deer, I never got a deer, ever. My friend did. Uh, go fishing all the time, there's water everywhere. Both salt water and fresh water. Went fishing a lot with my father almost every weekend in the summer. What else? Um, going to dances, they had record hops, and stuff like that. And they had a place called the Canoe Club. We used to go every Friday night. It was a kid dance on Friday nights, like a teenager dance, right? They had local DJs come in and play music, and they'd have in the middle of the thing about like 9 o'clock, they'd have a star come in. I saw a guy who did, I can't even remember his name now, My True Love, Jack Scott. I saw Jack Scott over there.
Cool.
I played over there on the stage when I was with my band, when I had my electric guitar.
Did you play any other instruments besides the electric guitar?
Tenor guitar. I played the tenor. Well, I played acoustical guitar. Electric guitar is the same as any other guitar, except it's electric. The fingering is the same.
That's cool. That's cool. You were a well-versed person back in the day. Did a lot of cool things. What are your thoughts on progressive rock? Did you listen to a lot of progressive rock?
I don't know what's progressive rock. Kind of groups like this group and all the others kind of picked up from New Jersey, the doo-wop boys in New Jersey, which were mostly Italians, right?
Yes.
Most of those doo-wop groups were 75% Italian, right?
Yes.
Italians ruled doo-wop for a while there. Bobby Darin was an Italian, by the way.
Yeah, I like Bobby Darin. Didn't you tell me
He
that?
has tremendous talent.
Didn't you tell me that Bobby Darin, when he did a live performance, that's when you became a fan of his?
I didn't see him live.
I mean, like a live
I
show.
started looking at his some of his. I looked at a thing. It's on the internet somewhere, where he morphs from one to the other and to the other, and you realize how really talented he was because he just was incredible. I mean, first I thought it was Bobby. All I knew of Bobby Darin was Splish Splash, I was taking a bath, right? Remember that song?
Yes, I remember that song. I love that song.
Yeah. And then I found out, wait a minute, this guy can cross over. He could cross over to anything. He just would, go from Split Splash was strictly a commercial song designed to get the kids for, like a rock song, right?
Yep.
That had that. And then when I saw him doing all this other stuff, I said, whoa, wait a minute, that's Bobby Darin, holy shit. I've been underestimating him for years, And now I realize what a tremendous talent we lost when we lost Bobby Darin.
Yeah, he died really young, but Bobby Darin, I got into him because of you. Used to play him a lot when we were little, and that is how I got into Bobby Darin.
I wanted to mention something about naming, though. So, do you know why Chubby Checker is Chubby Checker?
Because Fats Domino was taken?
Yeah, already took it. And then from Chubby Checker, we went to Derek and the Dominoes, right?
Yes.
Got the two together. board game groups, right?
Yeah.
What else do we have? We didn't have any Monopolies, any Pachizis.
What are your favorite songs from Buddy Holly?
Favorite? I got a lot of favorites. That'll Be the Day, probably, but also Rave On. It's So Easy to Fall in Love. 10 Million. He was a great talent. Maybe Baby. Peggy Sue. That'll Be the Day. Over and Over, I think. You ever realize how many songs he had that were big hits?
Oh yeah, he had so many great songs. I love That'll Be the Day, and Every Day is such a good one too.
Let me just look at that's a good question, Let's look at came on at 11:30 at night on TV, and I watched it in the early 50s, I guess, when I first got a TV, and it was called Your Hit Parade. And Your Hit Parade would have the top songs of that week sung by these people that were on Your Hit Parade. She was one of the people on Your Hit Parade. They had a guy called Snooky Lanson and other people on Your Hit Parade. They were good singers, They interpreted their songs, And then one of the time I remember when it was How Much Is That Doggy in the Window, by, who was it that sang that song?
I remember that song.
Yeah. She was very popular. She did a lot of songs. A song like How Much Is That Doggy in the Window would never go now, It might go with kids. It wouldn't go with real people. I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, It was corn. I mean, it was corny and it was a different time. It was completely different. Everything was different. At that time, people could get behind that and, oh, that's so nice, Johnny Crawford, right? Let me see what these other songs are. Do what?
So, These interviews with my dad do take quite a bit of editing in Windows Movie Maker to get these videos perfect. There's a lot of clips that I don't end up using for my interviews with my dad. They can be considered bloopers. Maybe one day I will do a video of all of the bloopers of the interviews with my dad. But thank you so much for watching this week's episode. Tune in for another episode of Interviews with My Dad in the near future. Bye, guys. Because of you, Dad, I got into doo-wop, you know? Doo-wop was something I never would have discovered on my own, but growing up with someone who listened to a lot of doo-wop back in the day, I really liked the Dell Vikings. You remember that one time?
That's a good one.
You would play the Dell Vikings for me to wake me up?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was good memories. I need to play the Dell Vikings again one of these days. Do you like Guns N' Roses, Dad?
I don't know much about Guns N' Roses.
For those of you who are wondering how I do these interviews with my dad, I downloaded an app called Voice Recorder. It is from Samsung. And then I record all of these audios with Voice Recorder. I save it to my phone, and then I send it to my email and download it from my computer. Thank you for watching Interviews with My Dad. We will have more episodes in the future with my dad on my YouTube channel. Peace, love, and grooviness. Treat people with kindness. Bye, guys.